The scandal industry is in full mode. Unfortunately, the scandal industry is not about justice. The scandal industry is Fox News, Newsmax, and other purveyors of smoke and mirrors, joined by the clowns on Capitol Hill, people like Jim Jordan and others who profit from scandals but never, ever do anything about them. And of course, we know that because let's look back. James Comey goes off scot-free. Andrew McCabe. The Lovebirds, Strzok and Page. Clapper and Brennan, Obama's intelligence czars who surveilled everyone, including yours truly, the President of the United States, Donald Trump. We've got the Clintons who commit major crimes in a racketeering enterprise. We've got the Obamas who also committed crimes, who favored anti-Semitic Muslims over Christians and Jews. But they never get to that issue either. And then, of course, there are the Bidens who have been declared off limits, even by the former Attorney General, blowhard Bill Barr, who, for the time being, is out to pasture where he belongs with the other sleazy people in the Republican establishment. Despite all of that, what we have now is Fox News trying to rehabilitate its image of having thrown the president under the bus, declaring the election before it was even over on election night, November 3rd, calling President Biden the president when, in fact, there are valid election challenges that are still underway because of massive fraud. And now they're trying to re-ingratiate themselves with conservatives, libertarians, and people of faith. And then you have Newsmax that tries to occupy the void which it perceives. Newsmax, run by Christopher Ruddy, who gave $1 million to the Clinton Foundation when he thought that Hillary Clinton was going to become president of the United States back in 2016. Total fraud. Okay, this is the fact that these networks purvey false information to the American people that they're going to bring about justice just by putting these clowns on the air and by profiting from it. Well, it's time that we, the American people, see through not just the left-wing media, but the so-called right-wing media, which simply profits from scandal. And, of course, that's the title of my book. It takes a revolution. Forget the scandal industry. We now have to rise up. The president, for whatever reason, is inert. He's not doing anything about this massive fraud since the Supreme Court shot down the case brought by Texas, supported by 17 other states, last Friday. The time is extremely short. We're going into a holiday period. The president could declare martial law. It's valid if he has evidence of widespread fraud and set up a mechanism to hold a new election. And that's important because the Republicans, for sure, and I talk about the establishment Republicans, are going to lose in Georgia. Already, there are millions and millions of ballots in the mail. It is very likely, in fact, almost a certainty, that two Democrat candidates, one a Marxist and a socialist, this guy named Warlock or whatever his name is. I mean, what a ridiculous, stupid human being this is, a disgrace. He'll probably win as well. And this is where we're faced right now. Our backs are up against a wall. We have no government. The rights of the people are already taken away. We are worse than we were in 1776. The socialists and the communists, the door is open. The barbarians are inside the gates. They're ready to take control. We have a brain-dead president-elect, according to Fox and Newsmax, others, Joseph Biden. We have a vile witch of vice president, Kamala Harris, who's a pathological liar and ultra-leftist. And people of faith, conservatives, libertarians, and others in this country are about ready to be enslaved in their socialist, communist gulag. And nothing happens except publicity, except promotion, except profiteering on Fox News, Newsmax, and other so-called conservative networks. This is where we are. So I want you to go out and buy my book. It Takes a Revolution, Forget the Scandal Industry. We need to rise up. We need citizens' grand juries. As I indicted Robert Mueller last year for having to answer for his crimes in trying to get Jerry Corsi to perjure himself, to implicate President Trump in crimes with regard to Russian collusion and mass surveillance and criminal breach of grand jury secrecy rules. We, the people, must rise up and seek the indictment of all of these criminals on both sides of the aisle who have subverted our Constitution, notwithstanding the rule of law, and put this country on the verge of extinction. And if that does not succeed, there will be others in this country, not Larry Klayman, not you, who resort to violence. And we need to prevent that. Already, the left has run through the streets, maiming, killing, burning, pillaging. They'll be at it again once they take control of this government. And the brain-dead Joe Biden and the evil witch of a pathological liar, Kamala Harris, will sit there and watch it happen. They'll watch Rome burn. We have created in 244 years what Jefferson predicted. He said that we would become corrupt, that we would have to rise up again, that the blood of patriots and tyrants would again have to be shed. And he added, what's a few thousand dead to preserve the tree of liberty? Well, he didn't want to see that, and I don't want to see that. He was predicting the situation that we're in right now. So I want you to read the Declaration of Independence. Go out and get my book. I'm not going to make any money off of this. Read it. It's not like any other book. All these other books that came out before the election were exploitation. These are the things we did. We got documents. Look how great we are. Support this and that. Or vote for President Trump. Well, President Trump's not the political messiah. Nobody's the political messiah. We only have one messiah. That's Jesus and the Father. And we must do what he asks us to do and wants us to do if we're going to preserve this country. At the beginning of the Declaration of Independence, it says that when a sovereign ceases to represent the interests of the people under the laws of nature and nature's God, we have a God-given right, a fundamental right, to alter or abolish our form of government and to form a new government. Let's try to save this government. If we can't, then we got to go to Plan B. And this government is not the people that are currently occupying it. And that's why these criminals need to be put in the slammer where the sun don't shine so they can't harm you and your loved ones anymore. And if that doesn't work, then we'll need to declare a new government, just like our founding fathers did in 1776, and seek the support of those that will protect us, including ourselves, with our Second Amendment rights, which are guaranteed to us. And that's my message for today. Go out and get my book. It Takes a Revolution. Forget the scandal industry. Read the hard facts of life. Don't listen to the BS that you hear on Fox and Newsmax. Turn it off. Get up off the couch. Get to work. And let's save this country. I'll be back Monday with another special podcast. Until then, listen to my weekly radio show that you can find at freedomwatchusa.org on YouTube, Freedom Watch TV, YouTube, and elsewhere, on Parler, on Twitter, everywhere, because you need to be educated. You need to understand what you're facing. The country is about to end if you do not rise up. The republic will be lost. God bless you. God bless your family. Stay safe. Remember that God and his Son will help those who help themselves. If not, we will go the way of ancient Rome and ancient Greece. Thank you for listening to me.